AskReddit. Obese redditors who lost the weight. What surprised you the most? When sitting in hard chairs or benches, I could feel my vertebrae touching whatever I was sitting on. Was very weird to get used to. Getting cold very easily. How little I actually need to eat versus how much I felt I could eat. The before and after photos for the most part. You don't realize how fat you actually are until you lose weight and look 10x times better. Lost about 200 pounds following the death of my wife. Needed to make sure I wasn't going to keel over of a heart attack. Now I was a single parent to our 2 kids. Always used to be hot all the time. Cold was something that now existed. Also realized that I was still kind of a crappy person. Now just a slightly smaller one. A lot of things others have already said. As for something new, I was freaking shocked the first time I jumped into a go-kart and flew around the track. I thought they had upgraded the carts. Then I just realized that they haul a lot of ass when they're hauling 135 pounds less ass. How different people treat you when you are in shape vs fat. You get treated with a lot more respect from men and women. It was weird to get used to how easy it was to lose weight once I accepted the fact that I'm a food addict / binge eater, and therefore calorie counting just needs to always be part of my life. Although the biggest surprise was how sabotaging, mean and in denial almost all people in my life are regarding food. I subscribed to the your body your business school of thought and was shocked at the amount of times I was accused of having a restrictive eating disorder when still well over 200 pounds, eating 1800 calories a day, losing less than 30 pounds a year. Of course, when I put on 110 pounds over the course of 2 years, no one said a thing. I get so cold now. I can't get away with just a sweatshirt in the winter. I need a long sleeve underneath the sweater underneath my big coat before I even feel a little warm. I finally understand why people wear so many layers. I lost over 90 pounds last year, and what surprised me most is I forgot to calculate for shrinking underwear. It cost a bundle to replace, but was incentive to keep the weight off, which I did. Oh, and my shoe size went down 1 size. That is pretty common as well. I've recently lost 65 pounds, 243 to 178, still got a bit to go though. I've already noticed a decent difference, including how people act towards me, which I was expecting, but the part one wasn't expecting was the resentment from some of my friends who, while not terribly overweight, are now slightly heavier than me, and they are not happy about it. Boxer shorts don't naturally fold over at the top, that's got momentum. I do actually get cold in winter and can no longer wear shorts in January. My prick got larger. I don't sweat when resting anymore. Going from eating greasy fast food to mostly fruits and vegetables means that you don't use half a roll of toilet paper when taking a dump. Shopping for clothes is so much easier now. Feeling good when I woke up in the morning. Not okay, not rested, good. I look at myself in the mirror naked these days and think, I could lose an ounce of fat here, I could lose another ounce here, I could lose 2 ounces here, but at 50 pounds overweight, I used to look at myself naked in the mirror and think, looking good. I don't know if you'd call each one surprising on their own, but in total they combined to a massive quality of life improvement. I slept better, breathed better, my mood improved, my pain lessened, my knees stopped hurting. I could actually get up from sitting on the floor without rolling on my side, and I could just stand. Depression went away, anxiety went away, social phobias went away, muscle cramps in my upper back went away. I stopped wearing through the crotches and underarms of all my clothing in short order, and lost the chafing that went along with that. I can now withstand bumps without bruising so much. Small scratches and mosquito bites didn't bleed for fucking ever, and I catch a cold once every few years instead of twice a year. Perhaps the biggest surprise was the amount of pain I suddenly wasn't in just from moving around. That's the best. I'm currently trying to lose weight, but let me tell ya, just reading what you guys have to say is helpful. Just realizing some of the ways my body could improve other than just looking better when I'm in public, lol. So thank you guys. How much I dislike the people who were suddenly nice to me, and there were a lot of them. My kids wouldn't cuddle with me because I wasn't soft anymore. My asthma symptoms completely went away. Never even considered that as a possible outcome. I was pretty broke and ran out of Advair preventative, which costs $300 for a month's supply, where the rescue inhaler cost like $20. So I was going to have to go cold turkey, and about 2 weeks later I realized I hadn't actually used the rescue inhaler. Eventually my rescue inhaler expired, and I haven't had need or want for it since. After losing 125 pounds, I'm apparently very attractive and my penis is like 2 inches longer. Can't complain, although I'm still kind of in denial about it. Girls hitting on me is a total shocker. How easy it was for me to slip into disordered eating. I never fixed my mind. I just transferred from one addiction to another. From food to losing weight. Got so much support on social media for basically developing an eating disorder that took years of therapy to get over. I found it odd when I was just blending into a crowd. No one looking or whispering. No side glances etc. And then getting used to the fact that people laughing together were now very unlikely to be laughing at me. I lost 5 stone in UK measurements. Around 70 pounds. Over 5 year. I found bones and muscles I didn't know I had. Didn't realize my ankle was a tiny bone instead of this huge fleshy lump. People talked about fat people around me without first giving me the mildly apologetic "I'm going to talk about your type" look, which was quite an eye-opener to hear what people would say when no fat people were around. Friends used to tell me "You're not that fat. You look 140. I was fucking 260 pounds. But I had never been skinny, so I had no reason not to believe them, just assuming normal women must have been 100 to 120 pounds maximum. I can't even pick up how much weight I've lost and carry it around. I have no idea how I used to walk, but then I noticed I no longer sweat like a pig. I'd have to get to class 5 to 15 minutes early so I could wipe myself down in the bathroom with wet towels and hope that the shoulder and back stains from my backpack would dry up before anyone noticed. I no longer worry about hugging people. Still not a hugger paresi, but it doesn't make me feel like Godzilla or some kind of sweaty hell pig. I was surprised by how much new body access I had. Made sense that skinny women didn't have problems reaching anything to shave it. I just thought it was something everyone went to a salon for, because who could ever reach it? You asked for the one unexpected change. Sorry I went off on a ramble. How much better I felt, how much energy I had, and how much a lot of new clothes cost. How easy it was. You say it's just calories in vs calories out, and you get some angry people disagreeing with you. But that's all it is. It doesn't matter what kind of condition you have. The condition doesn't allow you to violate the law of conservation of mass. Eat less calories in a day than your base calories burned from doing nothing all day, and you will lose weight. Period. Does not matter what kind of food it is. That's a nutrition thing, not a mass thing. Went from 270 to 175. One character in Game of Thrones, Saladasan, jokes that a fat man always sits comfortably. I'm thinking, for he takes his pillow with him wherever he goes, and holy shit it's true. I never realized how uncomfortable bleachers were, or even noticed that I had a tailbone before losing the weight. Going from 265 pounds to 185 pounds includes significant permanent skin damage, no matter how many heavy things you pick up and put down. It's nice to walk upstairs and feel the same as if I've just walked down a hallway instead of feeling winded. That I wasn't happy. I thought I would be happy or happier, but I just wasn't. I had lost around 130 lbs. Felt the same mentally. I've gained back about 50 lbs. Trying to bring myself back into the routine of losing weight, but it's difficult knowing it won't fix all of my apathy. I went from morbidly obese to almost underweight. I always thought my life would be perfect and all of my social problems would be solved if I could just lose the weight. I was wrong. So wrong. I also thought that I'd love all of the positive attention about my looks, but it really just makes me super anxious. It also kinda pisses me off how much better I'm treated now that I'm considered hot. Fat people really do get treated like dirt. I still see a fat person in the mirror. I don't think of myself as thin, and it feels weird when I fit into smaller spaces or people call me little. My clothes are always way too big because I still reach for clothes that hide my body, and because I have absolutely no idea what I look like. I've lost about 60 pounds over the last 7 years. Slow and steady wins the race, and now weigh 165 pounds. I'm a 5 feet 10 inches 25 years old guy. Noticed a bunch of things. 1. There is an observable relationship between my weight and the weight of girls who are interested in me. 2. I can jump, run and walk upstairs without turning into a sweaty mess. I still go around jump on things, because I now can. It feels great. 3. I've come to realize how much of my lot in life is tied to my appearance. Clothes do make the man, and I'm burdened by the knowledge that being skinny is objectively better in almost every way. But 4. Being skinny is not a panacea for all of my ills in life. I'm still awkward at times. I'm still an asshole at times. I'm still lazy, and I'm not suddenly charismatic and socially brilliant. Losing weight really is just one thing I need to improve in my life. It's not a total solution. 5. Staying skinny requires a complete and perpetual lifestyle transformation. I don't eat sweets. I don't eat fast food. I don't keep snack foods in my house. I don't drink Coke or other sugary beverages. I don't drink alcohol other than vodka soda. If I slip up I gain weight, and so I have to be constantly vigilant. 6. I'm bony and it now hurts to sleep on my side because my hips dig into the bed, whereas my fat provided another cushioning layer. 7. I was really fat. I've lost 60 pounds, and I'm still pudgy. I often ask myself why I allowed myself to get so fat, and then I remember chocolate milk. Delicious, fattening chocolate milk. I lost 140 lbs. The biggest surprise was finding it that I wasn't fat, because I was lazy. I've been overweight for most of my life and it always felt like a moral failing I was a lazy person, so therefore I was fat. Having lost the equivalent of a person, I now realize that being that fat makes you lazy. It hurts to walk, to stand, to live. No wonder all I wanted to do was sit down or sleep. At the end of a day of work, I was exhausted. Imagine going through your life carrying around another person. It doesn't take much to wear a person out, and it's a vicious circle. You don't want to move because it hurts, and so you get fatter and fatter. It was only since I lost all this weight that I realized that I'm not a bad person, not a lazy person. Being lazy didn't make me fat. I was lazy because I was fat. I have a second channel called Many HD where I upload even more AskReddit videos. Check it out, link is in the description.